My name is Carol Peters. Welcome to my show, Carol on Creativity. This is a show that's going to explore you because you are different than anyone else. You have different thoughts, you have different handwriting, you have different voice, and you paint and you see the world in a different way than anyone else. We're going to use watercolor today, and we'll be doing different media on different days. But today it's watercolor. Simple things that you have around the house, inexpensive and non-toxic. And we have two guests today that are going to help me show you that anyone can do this. They have never painted, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
My name is Ralph Torsen. I'm here to discover some art with Carol Peters. See how good I can do.
And
I'm Ashley Haji, and I'm here discovering my creative side with Carol Peters.
This is the first show, and we're going to start with watercolor. Notice that we have simple things that everyone can purchase for a minimal amount of money. Basic watercolor pans. And when you talk about watercolor, it's watercolor. So there's more water than color. Notice these are big pans of water, little tiny pans of color. So the idea is when you're working with watercolor, think of a lot of water, a little bit of color. The brushes are important. These are very soft brushes, and you want to use large brushes. This is a really good size. Your little watercolor pan comes with a small brush, but normally you don't really want that. If you can invest in a big brush, this is a rabbit hair brush. It's really super soft. All the water-based paints use very soft brushes. If you think about the handles, these long-handled brushes are used for stiffer paints like acrylics and oils. So stay away from these when you're using watercolor. So we'll just toss these to the side. Okay? So we're going to start, and my two friends here, we're going to start with just a big brush, a soft brush, and dip it in water, and we're just going to explore color because we're not going to try to paint a beautiful, picture of a landscape or anything. We're just getting to feel the color because everyone has a different way of expressing themselves, and it's wonderful just to play with it. The first thing that I did before we started is wet these pans. Pour a little bit of water in your watercolor. If you leave it dry, you're going to take your brush and you're just going to take the water and grind forever. It's going to be too thick. So you want to just wet it. What happens is it softens the paint, and you can just pull it out, and it's beautiful. The first thing we're going to do is just lay down some color. One of the things in any media that you use is you double load a brush. It's much more intense, it's much more beautiful if you actually have two colors working together, like the same two colors or colors that are similar. If you have colors and you want to mix and make color, you want to use cool or warm. These are cool colors on this side. All of these will mix together and make beautiful color. All of these on this side, they're hot colors, will mix together and make beautiful color. If you cross them, you're going to get brown. So when you were little, you were probably doing this kind of thing. You're taking your color, you're mixing it around. Oh man, that looks cool. These are hot colors. You can mix forever. You get color. All of a sudden, you picked up a cool color, and you started mixing it, and you're going, oh my God, what happened? It's because when you cross them, you're going to get the brown. So remember that. You can mix forever with warm colors, and those are like fire, hot colors, or cool, like water, sky, that kind of thing, and you'll get beautiful colors. So if you know that, that's half the battle. Your color will follow water. So I'm going to have you take your brush and just dip it in the water and do half of your paper. Just brush the water on. Wherever you want the color to go, brush the water. Just go halfway down. Don't go all the way. Okay? We're going to go halfway down, and we're going to just double load the brush. And we're not going to really know what this is because it doesn't really matter. There's no right or wrong. You guys are just doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That was easy.
Take your brush and double load it. By double loading it, I mean put half of the brush in one color. Let's try the blues. Half in one blue and maybe half in another blue. Or if you want to use a,
How about if I use that color there? I kind of like that color.
Yeah, go do that.
Do that with both?
Do that. That'll work. That'll work.
I just like those colors.
You wouldn't want to use hot, but that one works.
Okay, this one works?
Definitely. Now you
Okay.
take that and you slide it into the water. Just back and forth.
Oh, look at that.
What you want to do is you want to
Wow, that is cool.
you want to direct
Look
your
at how pretty that is.
direct your line all the way across, because when you stop and start, you're going
I
to
see,
get,
yeah.
you know.
I made that mistake.
So I like
Right
yours, Ralph. That looks really cool.
That's
This is
beautiful.
kind of a cool
That's
color.
Oh,
Kind of a cool
You guys
color.
are rocking already.
All right.
rocking.
This is fun.
Okay, so you've got a lot of color on there, and just let it go.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful, just blends together. Much better than just one. And usually if you put a dark at the top, it kind of takes your eye, so just kind of stick your brush in and make it a little darker at the
Should
top.
I rub it more or just leave
No, if you like it,
I
leave
like
it
that.
alone. When your eye says stop, stop.
it? Okay. There it is. I'm stopped.
All right, now we're going to do a little thing.
Clean
Wash
it?
your brush out, just roll it around. Now we're going to, usually what you do is let this dry before you start it on another area, but we're going to start with, we're going to do like a sky and a sand. Okay, this is kind of
Well,
the
mine's
thing in
kinda-
my mind.
Okay.
All right, so you wet the bottom, but don't go all the way to the top, otherwise you're going to get a bleed, which means it's going to just drag
Okay.
in.
Leave a space between.
Just
what you're
leave a
saying,
little
dry.
baby space between. Okay, and wet, again, you wet your, and you can just like go, you know, any aggression you want to take out, just do it. This is just a piece of paper. A lot
There
of
you
times
go.
people get like all freaked out because they think, oh my God, I'm going to make a mistake. This is just a piece of paper and there's a garbage can. You can
There
always
you go.
throw it away.
toss it.
I know.
Right on.
All right,
This is
now
fun.
take a little brown, take a little yellow. We're going to do some sand, and then we're going to put these aside, and then we'll use them later. Okay, so just a little brown, a little yellow, double load. Notice we're using big brushes.
That it?
Okay, yeah, and slide it in.
You don't have enough.
Yeah, you can always add to it.
Yeah. It is not getting much color out of that.
Okay.
There we go.
So you just, you know, it doesn't matter. Just throw it. The more color you use, watercolor dries lighter. So if you want to use more color, that's cool too. But if you drag it all the way across, you know, if you go like, like just make little jerky movements, it'll show on your paper. So you always want to just like get your eye and move your hand the way that you want that to be. So it's just all the way across. And then actually just butt it right up so you don't have that
Yeah.
white right there if you
Oh.
can, without making it just really fuzz. It's okay if it fuzzes a little bit. You can just add some water and just like bring it on up there.
So now we got to take it to the top.
Now, while it's still juicy, yeah, take it to the top. While it's still really super wet, this is really important. It's got to be really wet, so you've got to work a little fast with watercolor if you're doing this kind of stuff. Okay?
Look at that. I made it bleed.
That's cool. Okay. Everyday salt, okay?
Yeah.
Grab some salt.
You got it. This
Just
salt.
grab your salt
Yeah.
and put it in your hand, and we're going to make the sound. What happens is, this is really cool. This salt kind of takes the color and pulls it up, and you get this wonderful texture. So like if you're doing rocks on the side of a building, or you want texture on something quick, look at that.
That's really cool.
Piece of cake.
We're going to put some pepper on it and season it up.
Let's just stick these under the table, let them dry. Okay. Now I'm going to get you another piece of paper, and we're going to do just some tests.
Can I set mine over here?
Sure. It's kind of fun to do tests, because then you know how to kind of work the color. You know, you got your tools at hand. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drop color and take your brush, wash it out, and it's good to change your water once in a while, but we won't. Wait, I'm going to get a little one. We don't need a big one for this. And use watercolor paper, you guys. You can buy tablets at they're cheap. Okay, wash, put this like this.
Halfway
Wet
or
it,
all the whole
all
thing?
cover,
The whole
cover,
thing?
cover, yeah.
Okay, the whole thing.
All right, now we're going to do dropping the color in, and it's going to just be so beautiful you're not going to believe it. Where's that little red brush? This little red brush that came in here, just grab it.
Okay. Oh, that's.
Go ahead, take it.
Okay.
Okay, now remember, pick cool or warm, And just take your color, and how cool this is, because you can just take this color and you can just pick it up and just drop it. Just drop it.
Wow. That's way cool.
Isn't that neat?
That is way cool.
Wow.
Wow, that was really good.
Just drop
Look at
it.
that.
Ooh.
Yeah, it
Just drop it or just stab
or
it like.
touch it
Yeah.
and just let it go. Isn't that beautiful?
It's wonderful. Look at that. Wow.
And what you could do with this is you could see you can make flowers out of it. It almost
Way
looks
cool.
like stuff in the sky, you know, and you have like fireworks, underwater creatures.
This is really,
Isn't that
really
beautiful?
cool. Yeah, it's pretty.
Unbelievable. And the color is so awesome. And then you can add another color, you know, just play around with it. Just let it slide. It's just amazing. So that's like one technique. It's just seeing how it just kind of flows out and just like bleeds out. So when you want to work with something that's wet, you wet the color first and let it go, because your color will follow the water.
Yeah, look at that.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's very cool.
And you know, you can.
Mine's like tiny little polka dots.
It almost looks like Easter.
It's pretty.
You know, like
Yeah.
little Easter colors.
It's just doing nothing. It's just the
I
color
know.
is really pretty.
All right.
The water's making
Right.
us look good, isn't it?
The water is awesome.
Water's doing it,
The water is just like amazing.
That's
It
pretty
really
cool.
makes it run. So just set these down. So this is kind of like it's called a bleed.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And make it bleed. And just run. So let's just do this. I'm going to show you the difference. When you take another paper. Now we're working, you know, this is fun. You can do this with you can do it with little kids. You can do it with, you know, adults. These are just techniques that are totally fun. If you have to have something that you're going to do with it after, you can make greeting cards or that type of thing. Just watch me first. This is just showing you that the color will follow the water. So I'm just going to drag it along the top.
This kind of brush here?
Yeah, just take it and let it go down. Just let it drip down.
Let it bleed down?
Well, it's not going to bleed. It's just going to
Oh,
slide. It's
just
just to
slide down?
show you that wherever there's water, your color will follow. When there isn't water, your color won't go there. It's kind of weird. It attracts itself almost. It's really neat. So you got this. Just let it slide. You can get a whole bunch and just like let it just drip down. Okay. So you can see like the water's just dripping. And then take your color again. Like I'll try a red. I'm going to slide it along. Watch what happens.
Wow.
Is that cool?
Way cool. Red, eh?
I'm using red. That looks like
I got red, too.
blood.
Yeah.
And then just inject maybe another, like you want to always use another color with it, like a yellow or an orange. And let it slide in. Let it slide in. Mine got kind of muddy because it's got some green in there.
Maybe a little yellow here.
It's pretty, huh? But wherever the water is, it goes. Notice I can do this and it's not going
Mine
anywhere
dried
else. That's cool,
Yeah,
huh?
mine dried up, though. I could put a little more water.
Yeah, just
I
let
think.
it
It
drip
isn't
down.
dripping down. Okay, it's dripping now.
So you can use, you know, this as a technique too. That looks awesome, Ashley. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
But this is just experimenting with what you can do with a color. You know, just letting it, just going crazy with it, letting it. Letting it go. That looks really good.
Mine does not like it.
Rain.
Mine sucks.
Oh boy. I got
Of course, I'm not an artist.
Yay.
place.
Mine's
I
not
know, it's
going.
gonna, if you had like a bunch of kids, just put a bunch of newspapers, just roll
The
them.
water is not working for me.
Of course it
Maybe
is.
there you go. It's working now.
That's cool. That's cool. Now we're going to do another half and half page, okay? Because we're going to make another.
There we go.
That's pretty good.
That's way good.
Oh, well.
Put it to the side. That looks great. And there's a lot of things. I mean, I left some examples up here of excuse me, just to show you that it follows the water.
Do we have
okay?
I got a little sloppy here.
It's all right.
I'm sloppy too. It's okay.
Just take
Sloppy
this
with
and
my
wipe it
blue.
off. Just,
This?
Yeah, if you want.
That way it won't get in the back. Here, you want to wipe right
Here you go.
Yeah.
Another
Oh,
paper.
we're going to do a big one now.
Yeah, we're going to do another half and half.
Okay.
Because I'm going to have you do some trees later and splatter in. So take another paper. And we're going to kind of do the same thing we did the first time. We're going to take the, and I'm going to switch out waters because this is getting kind of dirty. Let's just do that. And I'll get some water going over here. And paint the top with water all the way across. Yeah, we're going to do a sky and a ground again. But if you want to use the salt, you can.
Just do the top?
Why not?
Paint
Is
the
that
water?
okay?
Sure. Switch with me.
You just paint the top with water, half
Yeah,
of
half. Just take mine. I don't.
Sorry. It has a spread.
it. Okay.
Okay. All right. Paint the top with water. Use your big old fat brush again. Soft rabbit fur brush.
Right.
All the way across. Lay in a sky. Okay.
Be a blue.
Could be a blue if it's a autumn
Cloudy
day.
day,
It
yeah.
could be gray and
We'll try blue.
could be a yellow. I got my yellow all messed up. I'm gonna take
Just paint, just do the whole thing?
no, just half. Yeah, across
Yeah, just
where you
half.
did.
Yeah, the whole top.
Ralph, you're doing good.
Okay.
Okay, I like that warm. Double load the brush.
Oh, double load too.
Yeah, always double load.
Okay.
I'm gonna do your thing with that. I love
Yeah,
that
it's a
magenta.
pretty
That's
color.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Kind of cool. Let's see, maybe we'll
Duh.
this little guy here. Let's try this blue, the two blues.
Two blues. Doesn't just you can just lay it
A
in
little
quick.
dark and I
All the way across, wherever your hand goes, wherever your eye looks, is pretty much what you're, you know. The thing about painting is it's really, whatever you see differently than anyone else in the whole wide world. Your hand writing is different, your voice is different, so it's really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to just make this a dark old sky.
There you go.
Dark.
It's your world, right?
It's my
It's a
world.
dark world.
Welcome to it.
It's a pretty world.
It's a beautiful world.
beautiful
Darken mine up.
I
in the
want to
top
go
there,
in your
too.
world.
If you darken the top, it's always if you darken the top and let it get lighter as it goes to the horizon line, it's going to look like it goes way back. That's a rule.
Is that a good
Ooh,
good thing or
That's
bad?
That's a good thing.
Oh, okay. I don't
good
know.
thing.
That's a trick.
It's the trick.
It's
Okay.
a trick of the trade.
Okay, I'm doing
All right,
the
let's
trick.
put in another ground. Do the same thing, brown, a little bit of yellow. Or if you want like a fall day, you can put in, a little bit of orange in there, whatever you want. It's just, we're doing ground and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and and even if it fuzzes at the horizon line, that's okay. Just throw it in.
Were we supposed to wet the?
That's okay.
Okay. I
It works.
It works.
It all works.
It's all good.
It's all good. And then I kind of streak it because it makes it look like there's roughness in the ground, like, I don't know. So much fun. You can see little kids doing this and just not having a fear that they have to draw something that looks like a dog or looks like a, whatever. It's just like there's no right or wrong. It's just fun, fun, fun.
Kinda
Perfect. Perfect. Yay.
I'm gonna get the edges here.
That almost looks like clouds, Ashley.
Yeah, it
Oh,
does.
where it-
See
yeah.
how they're doing, yeah.
Yeah, that's way cool.
Whoa. It's just following your advice. I wanted
It worked.
That's neat.
What? The way your
You know,
water
what
works.
we could stick some trees in there, some chalk. I'm just thinking that right now.
Ooh.
You want to
I
just
don't
try
know.
it?
Let's do it. What is
Let's
it? I
do
don't
it.
know.
Let's just
Let's
try
do
it.
You're the teacher.
Well, I mean, it's
We don't even know what you're
All
talking
right,
about. Let's
this-
chalk it up.
Well, you chalk it up to experience.
Right.
Okay, this is just old, real cheap chalk.
Yeah.
And chalk kind of melts in water. Everything we're doing today, you have to work really super fast because it's like
okay.
wet. So we're going to take some chalk.
Brown? Is
And
that what you're going to do?
we're going to
Tree
do
or-
some trees. And what happens, trees, I'm going to see if it melts. I don't know if this is dark. Yeah, it's melting. So start darker, thicker at the bottom, and just kind of go up. Lift your hand up as you lift. And the closer you are to the bottom, the closer they look like they're to you. And it's usually 3, 5, 7 looks best.
Okay.
That's just aesthetically the law of nature. No one knows why. It just is.
Maybe
in art, you don't want to think. You never want to think about anything. Just do it. I mean, if you start thinking, you're going to be like really getting in bad shape. I love art because you don't have to think.
You say narrow them at the top?
Yeah, narrow at the top. Just let it go like that. That's kind of cool, huh?
Is it like that? Good.
Yeah, it melts. It's kind of like squishy and nice. All right.
Maybe I need to make it a little.
Make a little bit more.
On the point? You say we got a point on yours.
Yeah, just lift up your hand, thick and thin line. Thick and thin. Fatten up the trunk, because when you see a tree, it's like
we want
thicker.
a nice fat tree here. That's my rule.
Tree.
I'm going to make a real fat one here.
Overeating.
I guess, yeah.
Tree,
He's
living
going to
long.
die there.
That's the granddaddy there.
Go. Woo.
All right.
Just little bushes.
Let's just. You want to just finish this one off?
Let's finish it off.
Let's finish it off. All right.
Okay.
So, what we're going to do with this one is
Should we put more limbs on it too?
Yeah.
Or just one? Oh, what kind of tree are we putting? Is this going to be a palm
Go
tree?
ahead. No, this isn't a palm. We're just going to, go ahead, put some branches in.
Some branches?
Okay, same idea. Watch me, watch me. Hit and lift, hit and lift. Make your line thick and thin, thick and thin, thick and thin. Hit and lift. That's always a good idea because it makes a beautiful line. If you put your hand down like, watch, if you put your hand down like this, look how fat that is.
Right.
Okay, if I lift my hand, look how skinny that is. It's the same piece of chalk.
Okay.
So what you want to do is just hit and lift, hit and lift, hit and lift.
Okay.
Look how skinny that is. And you'll use this over and over and over in every kind of thing you're doing. It's just these kind of things apply to any art you're doing.
Okay.
All right? So what we're going to do now is splatter. So I hope you guys wear washable clothes.
Yes.
Whenever you're doing art, you can't get all like...
Whatever.
Okay.
Now what?
So I have some newspaper, and it's over on the other side. So what we're going to do is just take some of this. And can someone hand me...
Do we need to make a bigger base in the trunk?
Huh? Sure, go ahead and do it. And you know what? It's a little basket right by Marilyn. Yeah, make them a little bigger. And you know what to do too while we're getting that newspaper? Just take this and kind of go, whoops, that has blue on it. That's okay. It's really okay. Thank you very much. And you can just mush it like that because you're going to ground. You're going to ground it.
Then that'll kind of
ground it.
blend it in.
Ground it in there.
Okay.
And you can melt that. Isn't that cool? You're melting that chalk. Isn't that cool?
Just with water, right? Just water.
Water is your answer. Water is, God, water's essential. So just kind of do that, like bring it across, bring it across, bring it across. If you want to make more, like mush it in, and then you can blend it back with this. You just play with it, so it looks like it's grounded in the ground.
Now you're talking.
Now we're.
What am I?
Okay,
some more brown and do this with
pull it.
Brown?
Yeah.
Just regular brown?
You can use brown. I just stuck the chalk in and melted it.
Oh, really?
You can do what,
How do I
That
get
chalk
that
is
to
cool.
flow like that?
Just take your chalk and grind. Use my chalk. Maybe mine's got more pigment. Different
Oh, yeah,
brands
this
are
is different. Yeah, this is a lot different.
Different brands are different.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we got the newspaper. Take a piece of newspaper. See, it's starting to look like something, huh?
Yeah.
What I don't know.
This is so cool.
Mine isn't that cool.
Isn't that cool? We can draw. Who knows?
How do we make something bad out of something good, or good out of something bad?
That looks cool.
Bad
I don't
good,
think
good
so.
and bad.
Oh well.
Okay, you happy?
Not really, but go ahead.
I'm good. Mine looks like a desert.
It kind of does because of the color, huh?
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It looks
turned out pretty.
cool.
Dead tree
This
is petrified forest.
All right, you're going to
Okay, here we
cover
go.
this.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have to be like smushed down. It doesn't have to touch it. Cover the bottom just because you're going to splatter. And what we're going to do with this is kind of like if you look over here, it's kind of like this idea. This is how this one was done. This isn't a famous, wonderful piece. It was an experiment. Putting color down, putting the trunks of the trees, and then splattering it on the leaves. People use this in famous paintings all over the world.
So you just hold it to the
So
bottom
you're
of it?
losing some.
Like that, right?
Yeah, or actually, let's go up a little bit into the sky because
Okay.
your leaves would probably be above
Okay.
the horizon line. All right, now take a brush. Let's take like a little fat one, like maybe this one or this bigger one.
This one?
No, that's too skinny. I always use these big ones like that. You have one of these? Cool.
Water?
Yeah, not much water. So if you want like green leaves, you'd pick up greens, blues,
Okay.
darks. If you want yellow leaves, like it's a fall day, pick up your
Yellow,
hot colors.
multi? Can you do multi? No.
Sure. When you splatter, you probably can because they probably won't mix that much. Just try it. I'm gonna pick up some yellows and reds, and just pick them all up at once. Pick them all up and stand up. Now, the idea is flicking your wrist. This one is awesome with little kids. I mean, they like go crazy. I usually get a box and cut the front out of a box and just let them go crazy. Okay, and
I don't
just
have enough water, apparently.
you're gonna make it too juicy, Ralph.
No, it wasn't flipping off. It
Wasn't flipping off.
wasn't going. Wasn't working with.
Okay, mine isn't either.
See, okay, now you know what I mean. I don't know what's going on here.
Okay, you just gotta hit it.
Get it going.
Got it going on.
All right.
All right, just now. Oh God, that's really good. It's really good. Okay,
Need some more water.
we're splattering this, and it's really not moving. It's not bleeding. Remember our first thing that we dropped the paint in and it went. It
Right,
bled out.
yeah, right.
This isn't it because our color and mine isn't. Yours is because you have a sky that's wet. My sky was kind of dry, so mine is different. So that's a cool thing, is that everything that you do is going to be dependent on
Maybe a little. Gives a little more color in it, like a fall deal.
how wet your paper is.
Yeah, it's not.
Pretty cool. Huh?
Ooh,
I just
not cool.
when your eye says stop, like it looks like, hey, that's plenty. And your colors, if they're getting muddy, you can always like go and just dampen a little paper towel or something. Wipe them down.
Doesn't want to flip off.
You got a lot of flipping. What are you talking
No,
about?
now that is. No, I just soaked it. I guess it's better.
That's flipping good.
It's flipping. It's flipping good.
Good.
I'm flipping it.
Okay, take off the bottom. Let's see what we got. Whoa. Whoa. How cool. They look really nice.
Oh God.
Yes.
Yeah, that is way neat, way neat. Now, if you think you need a little bit more dark on the bottom or something, you can add to it.
How would you add to it?
Just take your brush and, like say, hey, this needs
Yeah,
a
that
little,
kind of. I don't know about that.
it needs a little darkening in here or whatever. You know. But basically, that's an easy way to put in trees. Look how absolutely beautiful that is.
Yeah.
Ralph,
That kind of sucks.
Leonardo da Vinci, look out.
Yeah. Leonardo.
All right, let's
Can't
put
say
this
Leonardo.
aside. So that's a really easy way to make a tree.
Well, that's.
Let's just put it underneath or wherever you want. That's good.
I'll set it over here somewhere, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Now we're going to play around with some alcohol. All right?
Some alcohol. We aren't going to drink it, are we?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe if I did, I'd get a little more creative.
All right, let's just,
This is fun. It really is. It's relaxing, too.
it is.
I mean, it's.
All right.
pretty cool.
This is just experimenting with another technique, and it's using alcohol and color, just to show you that
We don't need a newspaper no more, right?
No.
No more newspaper?
No. And got some clean water. Okay, let's just do a really good high intensity color, like dark blues, greens, and whatever, or reds, yellows. Get them down really.
We're doing covering the whole thing?
Yeah.
The whole paper?
Yeah, let's just do it that way. Get it all wet. Slide color in.
Can I get the towel to dab the thing? Because pretty wet with
Sure.
paint.
There you go.
Sorry, thank you.
That's okay. This is one thing. You get really kind of wet underneath. And I normally use a lot of newspaper, but
Okay.
okay. I'm just going to put a lot of blue in mine, but
No double, just
yeah, always double
Always
load your
double.
brush. Always double load the brush.
Okay. Oh, I kind of like those two colors. These two colors.
Or triple. I mean, you can put a bunch of color together.
Triple, eh? Where does it show up when you triple? Oh, that's it.
So once you have your color down, these Q-tips, you take the Q-tips and you can put it in water. And what happens, you can put it in alcohol. This is just rubbing alcohol, cheap rubbing alcohol. And I'll show you, and then you guys can do it later. But you just take, and what happens is it moves the paint.
Wow.
Check that out.
Check it out. That's pretty cool. The
That's-
alcohol does it?
Yeah, it just repels the color. It's really neat. So you
Okay,
can dot it on, and
What
you
you
can
take-
use this for a lot of different kinds of techniques.
Oh, that's water I put on. You got alcohol, right?
Yeah, look how nice that is.
How about if you just drip it?
Sure.
Like you said, you just throw it like splatter.
Now you're into the splattering.
No, I'm just going to try it out because that looks kind of cool. Let the alcohol do its stuff, eh?
Okay. Yeah. Neat.
Ooh, that's cool. They
Nice.
look like cool little worms.
They look like little worms. I
They're
know,
kinda
little
cool,
fuzzy
though.
or little
They're really
clouds,
neat.
or you can use it for lots of different kind of soft edge things. It's just really beautiful. But the idea is wet color, and then you just slide it through so it repels. If you use dry, it's not going to work. But take
Kinda
your
different.
Q-tip. Yeah, that's neat. That's
Different.
way neat. Okay, I think, you know what? We're running out of time.
Okay, well,
And I had some
This is
other
fun. I'm just getting
cool.
started.
I know.
I like it.
Let's keep going.
I was trying to give you as many things as I could.
oh man, this is fun.
Yeah, it's very fun, and I hope that you enjoyed some of the
Oh, I really did.
process. It's really super fun just playing with the color, just seeing what you can do with normal household items, and expanding your own creativity. Try it out with your kids. If you're a teacher, try it in the classroom. You can do one or two or combine these if you want. There's many, many different techniques, and there's many more that I didn't have time to show you today. But just enjoy having fun with it and be creative. We're going to have many shows, different guests, and lots of new things to learn. I hope you enjoyed today. This is Carol on Creativity saying ciao for now, and see you next time.